Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the Teddy Bear with Teeth podcast. My name is John, for those of you who don't know, but if you're watching this, you probably know, so I'm probably not saying anything that you don't already know. But let's just start with a quick introduction. So, as I said, my name's John. I live in Texas. If you can't tell, that's why that flag is there. I've got an eye patch over this eye because I lost all my vision in this eye a few years ago due to glaucoma. So it doesn't quite line up with the other eye anymore. So the eye patch looks a lot less weird. I'm a licensed realtor here in Texas. And I also have another podcast called the Clown Syndrome Podcast that I have with my buddy Mike, who's a comedian here in Dallas. So, I've also got a dog named Oreo, who is what this podcast is actually named after. He's my teddy bear with teeth. So, with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump into my topics for today, because it has been an interesting week, to say the least. The first thing that I want to talk about is Lizzo. Now, you probably already know by now, but Lizzo's in some hot water. She's facing lawsuits for harassment, body shaming, playing favorites with her crew, yada, 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 yada. So this stems from her tour crew alleging that while they were in tour over in Europe, there was one instance among many, but this is the main one that sticks out, that Lizzo told the people who were on her crew that while they were at a strip club, that they had to eat bananas out of the stripper's vagine, which is crazy. It's absolute batshit crazy. So, add this to her doing drugs and all these other things. And the moral of the story is Lizzo knows how to party. Like, that is absolutely crazy. Like, I can't imagine having a boss take me to a strip club and said, "Hey, eat a banana out of that girl's pussy." That's so crazy. Like, if I had a boss like that, I would never leave that job, ever. I don't care if they call me fat. They can call me names. I don't care what you call me. I got thick skin. Bring it. I can deal with that all day. If the money's right, boss, just make sure those checks keep clearing. I'll do whatever you pay me to do. Like, imagine. I don't know what these tour people are making, but I mean, even if it's like 75 grand a year and you get to travel the world, go to strip clubs for free, like, I think I can deal with everything else. To be honest with you, call me fat. It doesn't matter. Get me some lap dances. We all good. I ain't complaining. Shoot, Lizzo, let me just say this. If you're looking for a new tour manager or employee, hit me up. I'm interested. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, Lizzo, well, you ever notice how everybody calls Lizzo beautiful for all this body positivity thing? But if you tell a woman that she looks like Lizzo, that suddenly becomes a problem. But I don't know why. I mean, if Lizzo's so beautiful, if you call another chick fat, what's the issue? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, speaking of women, there's another one that we have to talk about. Ariana Grande. So, like, I'll say this much. I like Ariana Grande's music, okay? I'm kind of a fan. She's got some songs that I appreciate. What she's in trouble for is cheating on her husband with another married guy. And this other married guy is kind of also in show business. He's not really super well known, but he is in show business. And so he was put in kind of a precarious position of cheating on his wife with an A-list celebrity that can probably open a ton of doors for you, or remain faithful. And that's gotta be such a hard decision. It's like, I can't even imagine if I was put in his place, because Ariana Grande has no idea who I am and I'm single. But hey, if that chick came up to me and said, hey, have an affair with me, it'd be kind of hard for me to say no, because that's an A-list celebrity. You don't even have to find her that attractive or like her music. Just the number of doors that can be opened up for you is absolutely insane. Like, this guy's wife, while it'd be understandable to be upset, if she's not upset, I get that too. I mean, if I was married and, I don't know, somebody like Mark Wahlberg or Brad Pitt, Johnny Depp, whoever, wanted to sleep with my wife, I might just say, hey, you know what? Go ahead and do it. This is going to make a great story, and this might actually get us somewhere. I'm probably not going to win the lottery, but, this may be an alternative. And there's Oreo back there. What's up, doggo boy? So, I mean, Ariana Grande, first of all, is definitely in the wrong. But the guy that she cheated with, can't fault him. Really can't. Because like I said, I would do the exact same thing. Even if I were married, I'd be like, babe, listen, you're not going to believe this, but... And then we'll go from there. As they say, ask for forgiveness, not permission. So, yeah. Hey, dog boy, not right now. Get your other ball. Not right now. But with that being said, not all celebrities are bad, apparently. If you haven't heard about this, Taylor Swift gave her truck drivers for her show, of which there were 50 for the Eras tour, like $100,000 to $200,000 bonuses, and that is amazing. Like, first of all, I can't even imagine how much money this girl is bringing in at just one of her shows. She had a concert out here at AT&T Stadium. I think it was 3 days of concerts, and it was like, I don't know, 70,000 people per show. Like, that is insane. So, she's making some good money. And then she gave her truck drivers that huge bonus. I gotta give her a round of applause. Like, that's the kind of rich person I want to be, where I'm just making so much stupid money that I can give my employees stupid bonuses and not have to worry about it. Like, I think that's how almost all of us would be if we could be. Everybody always says that, humans are terrible or greedy, yada, 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 yada. Which may be the case for some people. But I think most of us are actually pretty generous when we can be. And depending on the resources you have at your disposal, you might not be able to be generous. So, I can't fault the people who aren't. But I think most of us, given the opportunity to really change people's lives, would absolutely do that in a heartbeat. So, Taylor Swift, good on you. Now, also speaking of AT&T Stadium, the NFL season is coming up. And as a Cowboys fan, I don't really know where I stand. I don't know whether or not I should be excited for this upcoming season or not. Maybe they're going to be a 9-8 or an 8-9 team. Who knows? As of right now, I'm not super jazzed about it. We may have got some good players in the draft at some key positions, but I don't think that's the main problem. Our problem, in my opinion, is still a quarterback. So we've had Dak now. This is going to be his 7th or 8th year. And every single year since his rookie season, we've gotten pretty much the same results. Yet we've changed everything around Dak. So just looking at things logically, the one common denominator upon all these Cowboys teams is Dak. I mean, we've changed head coaches, we've changed receivers, we've changed the offensive line, we've changed defense. Everything around the quarterback position has changed. But we've still gotten the same results. So, while I think Dak is a great guy, and I don't want to see him lose his job, I'd prefer if he went to play for somebody else. At this point, it's like, I hate to say that about the guy because he's an awesome person, but he just isn't doing it for the Cowboys. And in my opinion, I do think it's time to move on. I don't know what else needs to be seen. I know Jerry Jones likes to have his people stick around for as long as possible. And maybe Tony Romo shouldn't have been cut when he was. But I think as far as Dak goes, it seems like we've seen what we needed to see. And I think it's about time to move on. And the last thing I'm going to talk about for this first episode is the Jake Paul-Nate Diaz fight. So this fight happened last night. And I was very conflicted about what I wanted to see happen. Because on the one hand, I'm not a big Jake Paul fan. And he's won most of his fights so far. He's only lost one. But the thing is, he's been so incredibly cocky about it that for me, it's just really off-putting. And he's just annoying. It's like, I can't respect people like that. He just showboats too much for me to really care about. It's like, if you're doing good, that's great. Stop fucking throwing it in everybody's face. It's like, just do your thing, go out there and be humble and be done with it. And the second thing is he's boxing, MMA fighters who aren't boxers. And to my knowledge, he hasn't actually boxed anybody that's a boxer. He's just fighting these people who aren't trained in the discipline that he's been training in. So, of course, he's going to win these matches. He's setting himself up to do so. Like, when he has a real boxer in the ring, somebody who's only boxed for their professional career, when he can beat one of those big names, then I will seriously hand it to the guy. But as of right now, I don't care. But the thing is, last night, I don't know if I wanted Nate Diaz to win or if I wanted Jake Paul to win. Because on the one hand, with the Jake thing, arrogant, don't like that. But Nate Diaz is from California. And unfortunately, I am too. And I absolutely loathe that state. I absolutely hate the place. California was never kind to me. Nothing really ever went my way there. Just a whole bunch of disappointments in the desert. Obviously, I've got great friends who live there that need to move. But the state overall can leave. Like, I hate it. I hate even more the people from California who are so proud of California for no other reason than being there. They just happened to be born in California. And they're like, oh, this is the best place ever. It's so great here. It's not. I mean, if you're just like stupid rich, yeah, it can be great in that scenario. But for 99% of people, I don't know what you guys are so happy about living there. I mean, you get the TV thing, which gives not an inaccurate perception of what California is really like, because it's just fucking crowded, dirty. The whole place is a fucking desert, but TV doesn't tell you that. The only parts of California that are actually nice and actually scenic are going to be along the coast in Northern California. But I digress. I hate the place. And with Nate Diaz being from there, I wanted to see him lose, but I also want to see Jake Paul lose. So it was a matter of which one do I dislike less. And in this case, it was Jake Paul. And Jake Paul did eventually win. Again, he wasn't fighting an actual boxer, but he did win. And what's funny to me is after the fight was over, there were fights in American Airlines Center of the spectators. Like, these fools are going wild. And I don't understand why you would do that. Like, why anybody would fight over a celebrity who has no idea what their name is or that they even exist. Why you would fight or get into a fight to defend their honor? I was like, come on, dog. You a clown, bro. What are you doing? Just leave it alone. But yeah, Jake Paul won. The lesser of two evils, I guess. But anyways, that's all for this first episode of the Teddy Bear with Teeth podcast. Please give me a like and a subscribe. If you want to see a longer podcast with a little bit more humor with my buddy Mike, make sure you check out the Clown Syndrome podcast as well. Other than that, I will talk to y'all later.